Crypto market is showing us a lot of information, which I think is really important. Some of the assets are showing you this. It went up, it consolidated, created a rounded bottom, and then tested the moving average zone, after which it pumped like this. So the price moved from 0.17 all the way up to 0.668. Now look at what happened afterwards. It corrected back down, it made a rounded bottom, it tested the moving average. Now it's going back up. So we had our breakout call here, 0.44, and the price is moving up. Now, why is this so important? Because on the other side, when we look at the macro, this is what Bitcoin shows us. And I think it's really, really interesting to watch and observe this and to learn from this. Because we right now observe something here in Bitcoin and crypto market, which is just opposite of what is happening in dollar, which is really interesting. Because if that plays out, it's going to be a huge opportunity for us. Look at this. Last 6 months worth of corrective consolidation was removed or erased by just one monthly candle. Jan. Feb, we didn't do much. It's more or less nothing. But March, we are starting to move. So the question now becomes like, okay, that's a monthly. What do you look for in a weekly, right? We need to understand what the price is actually doing. We need to see on a daily, is it really looking bullish? Is it really looking corrective? So we need to actually understand how things are evolving. That's why a 4-hour chart like this, which shows a lot of similarities, gives us advantage in the market. When we look at all of this, we do have to understand, okay, now here we are looking at Bitcoin on a macro, and I think we are doing similar price structure here. We talked about this before, right? We're going to do a rounded bottom. We're going to go back up. Then we are going to get rejected, come back lower. So the first one was close to 22,700. The next one was close to 22,900, right? So we bounced off from that level, which looks healthy because the price action does look like this. The price started getting momentum after it broke the 100-day moving average, which you see in cyan here. Right now, the price actually hit that level, but it did not really break that level, which is the concern. So we need to see that moving average being broken, because once we are above the moving average zones, it's literally like you're getting higher momentum, volatility, you go to the upside. So that's what we are looking on the short-term basis in the market. Obviously, XRP bounced. It raised like last 4 days worth of consolidation, but we didn't break the moving average. We didn't break the resistance. We are still here inside the pattern. And if you extend this pattern inside which we have been from a very long time, we don't have too much time in. That's just another 10 days to be inside this pattern. So we really want to see whether we are going to break to the upside or to the downside, because that's going to impact a lot of people in this market, because XRP holders are huge in this market. Now, this is a short-term move, right? In which you have a medium, a long-term move. So right now, if we put that perspective clearly, we can actually argue that if we break this, we are coming lower to the bottom 0.33. But if we break to the upside, that's going to push the price massively. We may see 100, 200, 300% move in a week. That's going to be really great to watch. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. Right now, when we are looking at the crypto space, we do understand that it is about payments. We do understand institutions, giants in this, literally, the target space is trying to get onto this field to use the ability which the technology gives them, because otherwise they are going to be kicked out from the market, and they really don't want that to happen. And that is one of the reasons why when we are in the market, we understand that's fundamentals, which is going to be reflected in the market after some time. We don't know whether it's going to impact in the market right now. What we know is the market is reflecting. Some of these assets, if you are looking at how they moved, it does look interesting. Say you go on a chart for Maker, it actually dropped pretty heavy, right? But right now, when you look at the price action, this is what you're observing. You broke through this level of resistance, which is like 800, and the price went up to 960. So that's actually a pretty good, decent move, as we called out in the Patreon, right? But what we have to understand is this is going to be the next level of resistance. So you do have room to the upside, right? The next major resistance is going to be at 1160. Last time we literally thought we were breaking to the upside, but it was a fake out. We got trapped in. But what happened? The market is literally showing you an Adam and Eve pattern, which is now going back to test the resistance. So once you break that to the upside, it's going to be a macro thing. Now, this is a weekly chart. This is what most of the crypto is right now showing if you are looking at the right location. Look at what do you really see here. You had a falling wedge, which broke to the upside, retested, and is bouncing. So if you are a pattern guy, that's what you're seeing. If you are a trend-based guy, you are looking at this and saying, okay, we were coming to the downside, downside, but then we did not drop much further from the recent low. That was this one, right? 498. What happened afterwards? The price started bouncing and it made a higher high. So the price just made a swing high here. And if we are able to put another high about this range where the weekly close is about 991. Right now, we touched close to 962, which does show you like a lot of different assets in the market is showing you right now that they are turning bullish. They are moving bullish. That's one of the reasons why we say like, okay, if it's a bearish market, you don't actually see a lot of these assets pumping crazy. Now, it's not just one or two assets. We see a lot of different assets and most of them are literally not micro cap coins. You do have micro cap coins, but some of these are not among them. It came back all the way down, but right now it's rounding back up, making a double bottom pattern, bouncing back, testing this level, breaking that level, which means something. So the next moving average range is going to be here, which is like 100% move in the market, right? So we're literally going to observe how the price reacted to this level of resistance, 0.45. And, certainly if you look at the volume, we can agree on the point that it tends to favor more in the bullish side as we see the green volume coming up and pushing the price up. So now, yes, that's the thought process there. That's the entire market frame. But when you are here in just one or two assets, it really tends to, slow you down because not the entire market is looking the same. We compared Bitcoin, right? Now, if you actually go look at the altcoin market, this is where it is a little bit concerning, right? You're still inside this consolidation. You did not actually break to the upside. You're still here. So this means the assets which actually did the same, meaning when the entire altcoin market is low, just below a macro resistance on a monthly, you just saw some of these assets rallying. You just saw some of these assets making a double bottom pattern, breaking back up. So here, what happened is literally 7 months worth of consolidated price correction was erased with just one candle in Jan. So it kind of followed the Bitcoin, but not all the altcoins did that. So finding the right opportunities to see whether this asset bounced at a major level of support, that does matter, right? It came to a support, it bounced off. Now, do you have concerns inside this asset? Yeah, I agree on that point. If we actually don't break through this level, which is going to be a big resistance, it can print a head and shoulder pattern. That is going to be concerning. But in the meanwhile, right now when you look at the pattern, it doesn't actually show you that it's what you are looking for. What you are looking for is a consolidative accumulation after the run up, and you're breaking higher and retesting that level, which usually starts the mark-up phase. Now, I really wish I was observing the same thing in XRP, but right now we are still in the patience game. We're still in the waiting game. It did not show us something like that yet, right? So we are all looking at the market. We are all trying to see where the opportunity lies in. And with the narratives changing, we do understand that things like this, decentralized exchanges, they are going to blow up. Meaning, the way I'm looking at this now, yeah, I know not a lot of people are big fans of triple bottom, but we have actually seen the market doing something like this again and again over time, right, in different assets. So if that's a triple bottom breaking above this range, now that does mean something for us, right? Meaning that was the accumulation range. You broke that. You're consolidating close to that. If you break this level, that's the markup phase. Look at the RSI. It was already showing you it's above all this range in strength when you were here. right? So the market did give you the idea, even on a macro, saying I'm moving higher. Why is that? Look for what's happening with these kind of stuff, right? Then you get to understand, like, okay, things are evolving. People are now looking at the decentralized exchanges more, different wallets, different wallet tokens, evaluating which one is better and moving into that, right? So they're actually getting some more liquidity. They are getting pushed up. Now, that is something same what we are observing in a lot of different assets. So which is the reason why we personally actually go through a lot of macro assets, go through the monthly charts of a lot of different assets to see what we are observing, right? Because understanding this for me is really important, because the monthly do help us to understand what the micro looks like. So the macro shows you the direction to take in for micro. And that's what we actually do. Now, understand this is a monthly candle and you're taking that direction, which is to the upside. And inside that, you can have a lot of volatility. So you should not go, 10, 50, 100x leverage. So that reduces your range and the market volatility kicks you out. So literally trying to understand which asset is going to have much volatility and going into the use of that different tool is going to be helpful. Some of the assets are really volatile and it's really helpful to get on something where you really don't have liquidation points, where you get a lot of range. That's something helpful. So guys, if you are receiving value for your time, please do hit that like and subscribe button. And again, I'm requesting you guys, if you have another 3 to 5 minutes more, please visit this channel of mine and watch a couple of videos and inform me what you think. So that's it for today, guys. I'll meet you on the next video. Bye-bye.